No matter what is going on, I will have joy. There's a definition of joy I want to share with you. In this particular scripture, joy expresses something that goes beyond happiness, or what we would define as being blessed. Rather than joy being an intense or involuntary overflow of happy emotions, joyfulness is the act of rejoicing and the celebration of triumph. Joy in this case means to exceedingly rejoice even before triumph is witnessed, even before there is proof of victory. This is in Romans 5:3, where we're encouraged to glory, which means to exceedingly rejoice, in the midst of tribulation. In other words, during times of pressure, oppression, affliction, distress, one of the actions to carry us successfully through those tough seasons is glorying in God, or rejoicing with or without a good or obvious reason. We're to celebrate our coming triumph during challenging circumstances, because there are rewards in making that choice and sacrifice. When we're intentionally rejoicing, glorying, being joyful in God, that act transcends the flesh and circumstances and becomes a spiritual act, an act of faith in God, creating a place of refuge and strength in God, who is our highest reward. Our triumph isn't as much the occurrence as it is Christ, who is our victory. Another scripture encourages literal shouting for joy. In Psalm 107:22, with me adding the definition and breakdowns of the words and phrases from the concordance, it means, speaking directly to you, you continually proclaim God's goodness. You joyfully remember and declare all of the amazing things He's done, rehearsing them, counting them, recounting them. You proclaim His goodness and you declare it, whether you feel like it or not. Now, there is an earthly hope and an earthly happiness that can only go so deep and so far without God, because God is hope, He is joy, and the source of them. So if it doesn't come from Him, it will never be as effective or as lasting. It will never be enough. It may be an emotional happiness, circumstantial happiness, but not a deep spiritual gift of happiness, of joy. Having hope and expectation of good and rejoicing over good, whether it seems logical or not, whether there's current reason or not, is a result of knowing God intimately, not just about Him, but how faithful and loving He is, knowing Him as your Creator, as your Father. The true definition and expression of happiness, hope, joy, can only come from and because of Him. When people ask me how I'm doing, my most common answer is, I'm well, no matter what. No matter what they said, no matter the circumstances, no matter what happened, no matter what's going on, no matter how I feel, no matter what.